At the point when he snatched his trunk to pull him down, certain young ladies that was taking pictures, they snapped that photo and messaged it back to Wendy Williams, and all of that dag nab fracas on the off chance that you think back. History will let you know that she was given up from Hot 97 over that there was a music magnate who sent his all young lady gathering to beat my before the radio broadcast. Yo Puff yo, you must allow me to film this, the entire thing. We really want to report this. Playboy Puff, his ear and everything unquestionably revolves around him, and I won't ever get. He flew off the handle at me. So Jamie Foxx experienced an intense health-related crisis that landed him in the clinic. So the web is burning with a succulent association between Jamie Foxx, Wendy Williams, and the unparalleled Diddy. It's an obvious fact that Diddy has a background marked by bowing reality like a pretzel, and Wendy Williams as of late called him out on it. Incredibly, the more fruitful I got and he got and we trusted in one another, the all the more a jerk he turned out to be. Nevertheless, that is not all. It just so happens there's a connection between Jamie Foxx's new hospitalization and this hazardous disclosure. Could you at any point accept it resembles a genuine drama, and in the event that you're feeling that Diddy may be in some major trouble, well, you're on the right track. Wendy's remarks have opened up an entire jar of worms, and the disappointment is spreading quicker than a California fierce blaze. So snatch some popcorn and get comfortable on the grounds that this embarrassment is simply getting everything rolling. It's been accounted for that there's a hot photograph getting out and about on the web highlighting not one yet two shirtless men. Might one of these strong fellows at any point be the famous Jingle? The web is all worked up attempting to sort it out, yet stand by. There's something else. Assuming that you've been staying aware of Wendy's quick reactions, you'll realize that she has of late spilled the tea on Diddy's supposed gay undertakings, and evidently they got her started up and terminated from a positions. Yet clutch your caps, since Wendy has a more tea to spill. She's hypothesizing that Jamie Foxx's new well-being battles may be associated with him letting the cat out of the bag about Diddy's sassy sex parties. Now I understand what you're believing. Is this simply one more ridiculous talk? Well, trepidation not my companions. Wendy generally comes equipped with proof to back up her cases, and this time she has quality arrangement. Officially Diddy's protector, spilling the delicious subtleties anyway. That is not generally another performer who has been dishing the soil on superstars like Diddy and Alicia Keys. Puma right. Phil has been vocally censuring such way of behaving where others could stay quiet, and arrangement himself has all the earmarks of being on her side. Apparently he has a great deal of encounters with Mary Confidence, the entire terrible kid group, that entire period in those days. Okay, so drop down in the remarks and let me in on your thought process. Wendy's substance misuse is no confidential, and it seems Diddy was behind it, particularly after she demanded uncovering his gay exercises. It appears to be Fox is facing a similar outcome, and it's tragic. Back in 2021 the praised have focused on her battles with liquor well for quite a while, and even today and past I have been residing in a level-headed house. Williams genuinely uncovered to her crowd, and you know I've had a battle with cocaine in my past. I never went to a spot to seek the treatment. I don't have the foggiest idea how, with the exception of God was perched on my shoulder and I just halted. A source near Williams uncovered that the host was attempting to get better, yet nobody was able to discuss what drove her medications by my 24-hour sober mentor back to a home lights out by 10 p.m. So I go to my room. Wendy has been sufficiently daring to make herself the essence of enslavement. The source says it's a sickness in an undeniable and consistent battle. It's been very challenging to put herself out there and be powerless, as this is a particularly confidential battle, yet it's too significant a subject to overlook it. She is known for keeping it genuine and wanted to save it genuine for her fans. Wendy Williams realized that the day-to-day male story was breaking and she needed to be straightforward with the watchers. She maintained that it should be her story to tell. How about we start toward the starting? In 1998, Wendy Williams, a then radio character for Hot 97, made a few unstable cases about Diddy's sexuality, yet when the terrible young men found out about Wendy's reports, he supposedly utilized his associations with have her casually terminated from the station, thus started a quarrel among Wendy and Diddy that would most recent 20 years. Yet what does this have to do with Jamie Foxx's new well-being battles, you ask? Well, as for Wendy, everything attaches back to a few hot privileged insights from Diddy's scandalous sex parties. I was there when he disposed of Wendy Williams. Did he? Sometime in the distant past, a famous music magnate purportedly sent a young lady gathering to show our cherished Wendy something new. She Guaranteed they came to pummel her before the radio broadcast, and the rumors from far and wide suggest that the gathering being referred to was complete, who turned out to be endorsed to the tycoon's name. Terrible Kid records, "You got it right, the genius behind everything was, in all honesty, Diddy himself. I wrapped my shift, gathered together my earphones to see everybody arranged on the window peering down at the walkway." She reviewed, "When she got ground floor, she saw this young lady bunch leap out of a Wanderer taxi, beat her senseless." In her book The Wendy Williams Experience, Wendy admitted that she had been clutching hatred towards Diddy for almost 20 years, accepting he had attempted to destroy her vocation. She didn't avoid conceding that he had put her through a lot of hardship, yet she kept up with that she didn't loathe him. In 2017, Diddy visited Wendy's show to openly settle their well-established not many, something that Wendy had expected yet never suspected would happen. "Pleasant, I realize I pissed many individuals off, including you," she told Diddy as their meeting began, "that this is a round trip second with an end goal to make peace." Diddy showed up on Wendy's show and shared a few individual goodies, remembering his adoration for his then sweetheart Cassie. For overwhelmed with passion, he uncovered the famous moderator, known for her harsh tone and valiant critique, has had her reasonable portion of well-being and individual battles throughout the long term. She struggled cocaine habit for a considerable length of time toward the beginning of her profession, and has as of late confronted difficulties with Graves' sickness, hyperthyroidism, and other actual diseases. Anyway, what a significant number of her huge number of fans probably won't know of is that Diddy had an impact in the wreck she's at present in, very much as he's finished with Jamie Foxx, who hasn't caught wind of Wendy Williams' unbelievable marriage. Both the syndicated program Sovereign has had her reasonable portion of difficulties, from charges of her ex's unfaithfulness to her own well-being battles following 21 years of marriage, when he at last petitioned for legal separation from Kevin Tracker in 2019 when news broke that he had fathered a youngster with another lady. Their separation was concluded the next year in January. Wendy might be an awe-inspiring phenomenon, however, even she was unable to get away from this season's virus. In 2018, she had to drop 3 episodes of her show unexpectedly, subsequent to encountering a few pretty dreadful side effects. She returned quickly and consoled fans that she was back in real life, yet that wasn't its finish. Wendy's fans were left stressed when she went home for the weeks after the fact that very year because of her battles with Graves' illness and hyperthyroidism. Her PCP prescribed the break to assist her with getting her drug in a state of harmony, and Wendy returned more grounded than any time in recent memory. It even gets Juicer to praise her Be Here public mission with the Tracker establishment when he reflected upon her very long-term fight with cocaine dependence during a July 2018 meeting. "I was a working fiend," she told Amusement this evening. "They wouldn't fire me since I was making evaluations. It's a supernatural occurrence. I had the option to stop the discussion, have supposedly begun utilizing it in the wake of being shot from her radio. All because of Diddy." When Wendy left from the famous New York radio broadcast sweltering 97 of every 1998, it was encircled by contra-variety. The provocative moderator had made a few foes inside the very music industry she was covering. As a matter of fact, she had turned into a piece of the music herself. Tupac Shakur's The Reason You Turn On Me tune even got down on Wendy by name, and Wendy and Foxx are not by any means the only ones who have censured Diddy for being weak quality arrangement. A previous close partner of the tycoon has affirmed on numerous events that anything that Wendy and Foxx said about Diddy is precise arrangement. Charges that he saw the Terrible Kid president requesting R&B vocalist Music Soul Child to eliminate his turban at a Philadelphia club, which was a stunning showcase of Diddy's way of behaving. There's more. Felt manage later excused Panther privileges, guarantee that he was paid to stay quiet, commending her for standing up. He turned the subject back to the crisis within reach. Solidly, meanwhile, has been laying her ex-boss for certain serious claims about what she guarantees were shrewd moves on his part. "Now is the right time to investigate these cases," as he put it. "Child, young lady, pay attention to me. Ain't no one taken care of enormous gene. Ain't no one ran huge gene of. It's not happening, never restricted, and never won't ever have from no one or no man. Darling, you're off base about that. So I've heard you say that 2 times. Someone sent that to me 2 times, so I'm simply telling you, child, young lady, I don't realize you actually do. You comprehend that I regard what you do, yet you are off base. peace when you let accept if it's another protector. No, if I have large prison you may be talking about another person, you're not talking about enormous G bargains endeavors to safeguard himself from the allegations made by Wright and Wendy just build up their contentions. He guaranteed that it was his encounters working for Diddy that made him go to religion. Moreover, Puma embroiled Mary J. Blige, provoking the previous guardian to carry her up, preceding the tune. Episode Panther affirmed that Blythe had covered her fascination with people for a long time.